Has it hit you yet?
Nah, I wouldn't say it's completely hit me. But, as I've been saying throughout the whole entire year, just enjoying every single moment of it, taking it all in. At the end of the day, I can't really control the salt that's in the hourglass, but I can definitely go ahead and watch it go down, but enjoy every single moment as it does.
Yeah, we were just talking to Nolan about the late bye week. You obviously had 3 this year, but
Mm-hmm.
the late one.
Yeah.
They all help, I'm sure.
100%.
But is there any added bonus to the late one, that especially when you're trying to make that late push and get that 6th win? Did it bring any extra motivation or juice for you guys?
I mean, I wouldn't see anything extra.
Mm-hmm.
The bye week is always going to be, not only great for a mental break, be able to, take a step back, but also be able to, get an extra week of preparation.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does a lot for the body, for the body. It does a lot for the physical aspect of being able to play the game. And, of course, you're not taking a complete break from football, but you're not going into a game Saturday and completely banging every, you feel me, every single play. But I think it's definitely allowed us to be able to, get some guys healthy, be able to make sure that we're going into this week mentally prepared.
This is 2 years in a row, man. After some injuries throughout your career, you've been durable, and you talked about that whole bulletproof thing and all that. How much pride is there from you in what you've been able to do from that standpoint these last couple of years?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Obviously not really getting the immediate win-loss ratio result that I would want per se, but at the end of the day, when you really look at it, there was always a lot of question about things of that nature, and that's one thing within this game that you have no control over. You can do everything right, do everything that you can to be able to stay the way that you are, but at the end of the day, things happen, and for me, it's been very big on being able to make sure that my relationship with God has been good, and being able to thank Him every single day for waking up, being able to get another opportunity to be able to play the game that I love, but also being able to say that He's putting my body in His healing hands, and just being able to have faith within Him to do everything that I'm doing, and it's been great. To answer your question, I'm very excited to be able to go out there and play every single Saturday, especially as you said, the hourglass is kind of running down.
Yeah.
For you guys during this past bye week, you got Saturday, Sunday off. I know you're part of the leadership council. What was that kind of discussion like with Coach Leipold and the coaching staff about maybe getting some time just where you guys can reset away from the facility before a stretch run like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think that you never really want to, how do I say that? You don't want to never butt heads and try to say a different way of how things should be going, but when at the end of the day, Coach Leipold has always asked for leadership council's opinion on everything, and that's something that we felt that as a team would be best for us, especially being able to get a very little mental preparation for going into these last 2 regular season games. We know that these last two games of the year is big for us, so trying to be able to go into the week like I said, as mentally and physically prepared as possible. But some guys, want that Saturday to as a break for football. For me, I like watching football. I want to be able to see all the other games that are happening around the nation, and I wish I was able to see Iowa State and be able to have that type of view. But for a guy like me, I love to watch the game. I love to be able to watch some of the top prospects, some of the guys who are making noise every single Saturday, and that's exactly how I spent my Saturday.
So you were here.
Yeah, I got the chance to be able to watch some football, man. You gotta love that.
You mentioned Iowa State. Just you've been around that program for a while. Kansas City's last handful of years. What do you think about the team this year?
I mean, at the end of the day, first of all, Coach Campbell has always been somebody who's, able to do a lot at Iowa State. He's had a lot of success there, and, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, it's Iowa State, and we know that they come in ready to try to come win a football game every single week. So I've never been someone to look at, the past, if whether things are going negative or positive in the past. I'm never looking at the past, because at the end of the day, we got to play a game today, and you got to go out there and be able to prepare for another game like it's another game. It doesn't matter who was playing last year, who you're going against. At the end of the day, it's a new football game.
What about their defense? Just anything sticking out to you?
At the end of the day, when we're talking about defenses, they're one of the defenses that when I got to college, I was always like, oh my God, 3-3-5 defense. They have 3 safeties high. I've never seen anything like that before coming to college. So having the ability to be able to disguise whenever they want, be able to have multiple different coverages with those three safeties, they're able to do a lot of things. And I think that they've been doing a lot of things well that way, especially in the secondary wise. And they do a good job of being able to disguise things and be able to make a lot of plays all over the ball. So.
Staying on those three high safeties with that rover, obviously this isn't your first time going against that. What's your comfort level going against that, especially since KU's had Iowa State's number over the last couple of years?
I mean, I wouldn't say that there's like a comfort level. At the end of the day, I'm going to treat Iowa State as if they're another team and go watch film, because at the end of the day, just because you're going another three safety high defense does not mean that they do the same thing as they did previously, same thing that they did last year, same thing that another three safety high team that did what they did earlier this year. So you have to be able to look at what they've been doing this season, be able to try to get keys of what they've been doing. And one thing I'll say about Iowa State is they've been doing a good job on film of not giving too many of those. So you just got to be able to get a deep dive of how they are going to try to approach you, see other quarterbacks that they went against, see how they try to play them, and kind of be able to mix and match it from there.
I asked some of the other guys about this. I mean, obviously you got to keep the main thing, but still you're looking for that 6th win, right? You're looking for that bowl eligibility. Is that something that's talked about in the locker rooms, or are you just like, hey, let's focus on just winning the game and then we can talk about bowl games?
Yeah, I mean, you never want to get too far ahead of yourself, and you never really want to harp on the past. So, like you hear from almost every player, we focus on the day-to-day things. At the end of the day, you can't win a game in one play. You can't win a game in one day. So we try to focus on the day-to-day, everything that we do on a day-to-day basis, because we never know what the one little thing is that will help us win the game or lose the game. So I'm sure you heard the guys say that they're trying to focus on everything that they can right now, and they never want to get too far ahead of themselves.
To have back-to-back sacks, not a lot of people to do that, especially for that to be my first 2 sacks, so that was a very cool experience for me, and I just hope that I can get more.
Over the course of the season, just how do you feel like you've progressed to be in this position to be productive like that?
I feel like I've progressed very well. I come in every day trying to elevate the standard, so, elevating the standard and that showing off on the field, I feel like I'm progressing very well. So,
do you feel like the game's slowing down for you?
Yes, I do. I come in here and watch film with Coach Denis and Coach O every day. Appreciate those guys taking the time out of their day to coach me up, So I feel like the game has slowed down.
I want to talk about your mentality coming in, right? Because obviously you had a couple of veteran guys kind of sitting over you, and then now, especially after the last game, you earned that playing time. What was your mentality kind of going through, understanding that, all right, if I kind of, wait and I keep on working, I'm going to get my chance?
Yeah, everybody has their own race, and I feel like, I just stuck to my own race, just trying to perfect my craft and do what I do daily. So just coming in to work every day, I knew it was going to pay off. Still paying off.
Which one of those 2 sacks was your favorite?
I would say the second one. I really like the second one, but both of them are actually my favorite.
Walk us through the second play then. Like, what do you remember about it? What do you remember seeing and feeling?
I just knew that I saw one of my teammates get back there in a hurry, and I was like, man, I got a quick decision to make. So I took the inside on the O-lineman, and I seen him break DJ's tackle, and I was like, I'm here. So my eyes got wide as soon as I made the tackle, man. I was super excited.
What do you think about Iowa State's offense so far?
I think they're a great offense. They're a great run offense. I think they can pass the ball. The quarterback's been there for a minute, so he's a vet. So we got a lot this week, and we're gonna prepare for it.
They use a lot of tight ends. How does that change things up front for you guys?
It's nothing too different. We just stick to our game plan, what Coach DK has planned for us. So just sticking to what we know and running our defense.
How does Rocco Beck, I guess, compare to some of the other quarterbacks you've seen so far?
This will be my first time playing him, so just watching him on film, he seems like he's a very sound guy. Watching him play last year, it seemed like he was very sound, and he has a good pocket presence. So it'll be an exciting game going up against those guys.
You battled injury your senior year of high school, a little bit this season too. Just what's it been like to be able to play consistently again?
It's honestly I just been very thankful. I wake up, I go to sleep, I pray each night. Just to be able to have a full, healthy season and to be playing right now is just amazing to me. So I just thank God for everything.
For you now, second year in the program, where do you feel like your body has kind of progressed as you've gotten more weight room time with Sleeve?
Yeah, Coach Sleeve, he's on me every day I'm in the weight room. So I feel like my body has been progressing very, very well. You know, I've gained, I'm almost like 250 now, so I've gained a couple more pounds. And just being able to run and make plays at this weight, you know, I'm just very happy.
I know you're supposed to kind of keep the main thing, but obviously, trying to get that sixth win.
How do you feel about you guys accomplishing during the bye week?
I think it was good. I think we got our bodies right. I think we practiced, still got better. We're able to do both of those things, so I think we'll be ready to go Saturday.
What were some of the big points of emphasis from Coach DK or Coach Panagos for you guys during the bye week?
A lot of the same stuff we always emphasize: effort, attitude, execution. Just make sure we're doing our job and do it at a high level.
I know the players got, I think, Saturday and Sunday off. Do you go home? You stay here?
Yeah, no, I went home, had some time with the family, so that was nice. Yeah.
Is that nice to have a little kind of mental break in what is a long season?
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a long season for sure. It's good to go home, kind of see the people that drive you and stuff like that. So it's good to see them.
How does Rocco Beck compare to some of the other quarterbacks that you've seen this year?
He's a talented QB. Nothing bad to say about him. I mean, he's a good player. I think we'll just have to see on Saturday. So,
What do you think about their offense in general?
they do a lot of stuff, a lot of shifts and motions and different sets and stuff like that. So it'll be a lot of gaps to fill, but I mean, I think we'll be ready for it.
They utilize a lot of tight ends in some of their formations. Does that change much for you up front when they have 2, 3, 4 tight ends on the field?
Maybe some checks and stuff like that, but it doesn't change our game plan. Doesn't change what we're going to do out there on Saturday.
How far is Iowa State away from where you grew up?
About 2.5, about the same drive to Lawrence as it is there. So,
I was going to say, a lot of players on the team, and
not a whole lot, to be honest. I don't come from an area of a lot of D1 football players, so I don't know a whole lot of people personally, but I mean, heard a few names here and there. So.
Being it's in the home state, I know it's a similar drive. Like, is this a game where you do have more family end up coming, or is it?
No, I'll have quite a few more people be able to come to this game, so it'll be good to see them after the game for sure.
Nice. Do you have an idea of numbers wise? How many?
Hopefully 15 to 20 people, so it'll be nice. Yeah.
Obviously, a lot at stake, right? Trying to get that sixth win, trying to get bowl eligible. Is that kind of in the back of your mind of like, hey, we got 2 more opportunities to try to get another game?
I mean, it's always been in the back of our mind, I guess, but I don't think it doesn't really change what we're going to do. It doesn't change how we're going to go out there and play on Saturday. I think if we do what we need to do, then those things will kind of take care of themselves.
Some of the other guys up front, like Dak Brinkley, he really showed out in the last game. How have you seen Dak, as well as maybe some like Leroy Harris? How have you seen those guys progress throughout the season?
Yeah, Dak's just a natural pass rusher. I mean, I've seen that since he came here last year. I've always seen that. He has that in him, and I think he just needs to keep working, and I mean, he's going to get there. And Leroy's been a good player ever since he's got here, so I think he'll keep progressing, and I think he'll keep being a good piece of this defense. So.
With how that Arizona game ended and then having the bye week, just how motivated are you guys to get back out there?
I think we're motivated for sure. We didn't end on the right foot, so I think we want to get back out there and show people what we can do. So.
You played a lot of snaps this year. When you think about yourself at the start of the season versus now, where do you feel like you've improved the most?
Just the game's kind of slowed down. I think I kind of understand what's going to happen and when it's going to happen and stuff like that. So being able to understand that helps me kind of play into what I need to do in pass rush and run stuff and stuff like that. So.